Peak Renewables opened in Dothan this morning to the sound of thunderous applause. News 4's Mackenzie Foster is with us in studio. And Mackenzie, what is this place and what do the people there do?
Peak Renewables is actually a bioenergy plant promising to create a more sustainable environmental future. Rex Lumber and the Bryan Fair Group partnered to construct the utility wood pellet plant. Now, these companies believe utility wood pellets are a more reliable and safer energy source, replacing things like coal and oil. The Dothan plant receives byproducts like wood shavings from Rex Lumber plants in Alabama and in Florida. Peak Renewable crews transform those shavings into pellets and ship them off to Europe.
This is just an expansion of that process and allows us to take our byproducts and further use them in an environmental way.
Projects along with its location behind Smart Lamb Lumber along Hodgesville Road. Kinsley.
Mackenzie Foster, thank you for that report.